In your own words, please describe your business and the backstory of how you got started.
Sure. So LuxeSwap, or my resale business, started way back in the 90s. I had a career in retail where I worked at Versace on Fifth Avenue and a bunch of other brands besides that. So this was when eBay was brand new. This whole internet selling thing in '99 was all very exciting for everybody. And we got uniforms for working there for free. So at the end of the season, they would change your clothes out. You know, they'd give you new ones every season. So I was getting $2,000 suits for free. I was like 19, 20, whatever. And that was pretty awesome. But then I heard about this website called eBay, and I said, oh my God, you can sell stuff there? Sure. So I took my camera, my film camera, took pictures of my stuff, took the film to the drugstore to get developed. I scanned it in my computer, and I sold a bunch of stuff on eBay. And then, long story short, just fast forward, you know, the people who got the pieces were happy with it and then asked me to sell their stuff for them. My coworkers saw what I was doing and they were like, oh my God, I want to sell my stuff and make money too. So I started selling for them, and slowly it just evolved into this huge, thankfully, thing we have going now.
Okay, so you've been in the industry for like over a decade.
So LuxeSwap has been in the resale business for 23 years, maybe a little bit prior to that. But 1999 is when, you know, I, as a person before it was a business, really, you know, got my feet into buy low, sell high, essentially. And then as it evolved from thrift store finds and, you know, doing all that and trying to make profit on that, it you know, turned into people asking me to sell pieces for them, which then grew rapidly. And then in the early teens, it was so much so that, like, if you see behind, it would be like shoe boxes up to here, you know, stuff up to here. I have pictures at our old house where it's like you can't even walk. We would have Christmas dinner on the table and I would have 10 stacks of client suits next to me, and it would, you know, just grew. And then, you know, we finally had to say, you know, do I leave my day job, which was in retail, in fashion at Versace, or rather Oscar de la Renta at that time, or do I say, you know, no, and not be an entrepreneur? So we found a great space in Oyster Bay where we actually live. We had never considered opening a retail store before. We really just we thought we needed a warehouse. And then that turned out to be the store that we're in now is a ground floor retail space too. So I was like, we know how to do it. Should we build the store too? And it just kind of evolved that way. So from walking into a Salvation Army and finding an Armani coat to handling 1,800 clients, 23 years.
Wow. Was that like a really scary decision to like leave the job and like officially like start your own business?
Terrifying. It's still terrifying. Yeah, it is. But, you know, I saw a quote the other day on Instagram that said, I would rather work 100 hours a week to work for myself than work 40 hours a week for somebody else. It was like #entrepreneur life or something.
Oh,
And it's, yeah, it's very scary. I wake up, the first thing I think about is, you know, the first thing I think about is I have 7 employees who rely on me to source merchandise, to sell, to pay their salaries. So, you know, what the F am I going to do today to get that to happen? And then, you know, maybe enough for dinner, that'd be great. But it's certainly scary, but it's that challenge that, you know, I mean, the challenge of waking up and say, you've done it before, you can do it again, you can do it better, and how are you going to do it that way? That's super important.
How did you get started on AuctionNinja?
You know, we started AuctionNinja right after COVID started. You know, right where tons of small businesses were panicked and freaked out. And the difference that made between sink or swim was tremendous. And that was in a time of, you know, uncertainty. You know, thank God we have 1,800 consigners from 50 different states and 14 different countries. So we get literally thousands of pieces in every single week. To have that software, that service, that auction base, that the client base, the people who are bidding, there's not another website like it. It really, and I'm really not just saying that, because I've done tons and tons of homework, as I'm sure you guys do market research too. There's nothing that compares to it.